Alright guys, I'm going to talk to you about the Primary Arms, the SLx MicroPrism, the 1-power Cyclops. You've seen a lot of videos on this already, but what makes this one different is that I have the green reticle on this one. A lot of people have been asking for green, they've been wanting green, and it's got all the same stuff that comes with it as the other one with the red reticle, but everything is exactly the same except it is in green. And here it is right here on the rifle. I've also got a 3-power magnifier on here, the SLx 3-power, with one of their mounts, Primary Arms mount. Let's talk about the Cyclops first. One is that, you know, there's been some videos showing the comparison of this one compared to the old one. It's about half the size of the old one. You know, the old one was fine. I didn't have any issue with it. A lot of people didn't like it because they thought the reticle was too small. I didn't have a problem with it. My eyesight's bad, so. But they improved the size of the reticle on these newer ones, and it is quite a bit bigger, which is nice. I mean, it does make it pick up a little easier. I'm not going to say it didn't. And I like it. And I do like the reticle, the ACSS reticle that's in this Cyclops. It's very straightforward, very simple, and all that. I mean, as you can see right there, I mean, that's a reticle. We're going to take a look at it, though. It does come with this scope cover. So, yeah, I mean, this is it. So it's the same thing. Got your diopter right here. Got your adjustments for your elevation and your vertical, things like that. Your brightness settings right here for your illumination. The first 3 settings are for night vision, and then the rest. And yes, this one is daylight bright. My opinion, and I think a few others have mentioned this too, though, is that this thing right here will replace your regular red dot. You know, because of the reticle, that it's bright enough, and you have the horseshoe, the chevron, and you have the horseshoe. It is bright enough to be used as a red dot, basically, green dot in this case. But the thing is that, you know, I and so many others have said why, you know, it's an etched reticle. So you don't even need illumination on when you're using this in the daytime. Low light, you can use the, you know, the illumination and stuff. But an etched reticle over a red dot is just a dot projected on a lens. All right, on the glass, which is cool. An etched reticle is actually etched onto the glass. So your electronics die, things like that, you will always have your reticle, and it will always be there and always be useful, unless some catastrophic event happens to your gun or your rifle. But if it does, pretty much you're out of the fight anyway if something like that happens, because these things have been torture tested, they've been dropped, they've been dragged behind trucks, they've been everything else, and they still function, and they still work, and they still hold zero. But so I mean, really, this thing can replace your red dot, and you'll always have a reticle, because a red dot, once it dies, it dies. Your batteries die, something happens to it, it's dead. You have just a blank piece of glass. So anyway, this has all the same features as the red one that's been out for a while. It's got the shake awake, you know, all the same features, all the same thing. It's just the only difference is this one has a green reticle. Some people like the green over the red. It works either way for me. I can do both. I happen to like the green as well. I mean, it actually does for me kind of make it a little, pick it up a little bit. I don't know, a little bit. But just a little bit better. But the red, I don't have an issue with the red either. Some people, you know, they may have different, you know, everybody's vision's different. So you may be able to pick up the green a little cleaner. You may be able to pick up the red a little cleaner. You just have whatever is your preferred, but they do offer it because a lot of people have been asking for it. Anyway, let's take a look at the reticle real quick and see what we can do there. All right, there's the reticle. Right there. Now, mind you, I don't have this thing set. I have not set this up and sighted it in yet. So, and it comes with all kinds of mounts. You can adjust it to however height. So that is the one time. And there you go, the green. That thing is daylight bright. There it is with the green right there. I'm trying to get it straightened up here so you can see it. But yeah, that is super, super bright. Right there you are. That's on 9. It's got 13 settings of brightness, and that's on 9 right there. So it gives you a look at it right there. All right, there is the reticle. Try to get it evened up here. That's just on standard, no illumination. Very nice, very crisp, excellent reticle. All right, that's on that one. The 1 power. You just can't go wrong with the ACSS reticle. It, you know, in all of its carnations, you know, and Primary Arms has many different types of the ACSS. You just pretty much pick the one that you like the best, and they're all good. Now, these are considered budget optics. Now, budget is, you know, when you hear the word budget, a lot of people think crap. Well, it's not. There's a lot of budget optics out there, but these, even around even the same price point, some, you know, these are the upper tier of budget optics. They are well worth more than what they cost. The glass is the clearest glass of any budget optic I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot because this glass is clear, super clear. And all of the Primary Arms optic stuff that I've got, all of it's clear, And a video, when I show you the reticle through the optic, it doesn't do it justice. It's so much clearer than that. The reticle is so much more stand out than that, and all of that. You know, it's just, you just can't, you know, and these things are well built, and they have a lifetime warranty. So if anything ever does happen to it, they'll replace it, you know, so you can't beat that deal. But the glass is phenomenal. You get the ACSS reticle, whichever optic you choose, all of them are good. It's just pretty much which 1 or 2 or 3 you want for whatever purposes serves you and all that. So this excellent. I like the Cyclops. I think it's an excellent. I think they really did update it, you know, quite a bit, not only in the size of the reticle, but the design, which is a lot smaller, more compact, and a lighter weight optic. Now that brings us to this. This is the SLx 3 power magnifier. So between this 1 power and this, you have a 4 power magnifier. You have 4 power. And does not come with a mount. You have to get that separately. They have several different types of mounts that you can choose from. This is a Primary Arms one right here, and it just has this button you push down and you flip it over and it locks right there, and you can use just this. And if you need a little extra magnification, you just throw that down. Now, I've seen a lot of people, this is actually the first time I've ever had a magnifier separate from you know, a scope. You know, usually they are all built in together. This is the first time I've ever had one of these, and I've seen some people like have difficulty, say they've had difficulty getting a crisp reticle and crisp picture and stuff like that. And I had threw it on and didn't have an issue, man. You adjust this. What I did is you just adjust this right here, this diopter to your eye, get it clear right here. Then you just take this one, put it on, mount it up, get it where you need it, and then you adjust this to your eye. You know, it's got another diopter right here, so you clear up the picture that way. So I mean, I didn't see any difficulty in it at all, and very cool. So I mean, by having a throw switch and a you know, a throw lever like this, and this right here separate, really gives you a lot of capability, you know, for up close personal stuff. You can reach out with this thing. It's got the reticle that reaches out to several hundred yards, and this right here just brings it into focus a little better. And being 3 or 4 power, you know, you can still use that for, you know, CQB stuff if you so choose. But it's very cool. Now Brent 0331 over there on his channel, he's got this same setup on there on his that he was doing a video on, and I have to agree with him that, you know, this right here being on this side, to throw that, you would have to take your hand off of this, off your firing hand here, off of this, off of your grip and everything, ready to adjust that. He also put it on opposite, where it would flip this way, but I totally agree with what he said, that it will obstruct your view because it will take up a lot of your field of view on this side. Some reason on this side, it's not like that. It takes up a little bit, you know, so you would have to maneuver it, manipulate it somehow where, you know, without taking your handing off your grip here and reach over, and that makes it kind of uncomfortable. Too bad they didn't have a different type of release here for that, so to make it easier where you can do it on this side. Now I've seen a couple of newer primary arms mounts that are coming out that are for that, and hopefully they will remedy that. They actually look like a pretty nice low profile mount. But all in all, this is actually a nice mount. And if it's not that big a deal, then this is a nice one right here. And I'll put a link to all this stuff down below and everything. So see if we can get a couple views here through this Optic with the power on. It's gonna be kind of tough. All right, guys, that's about as good as I can really get it. A lot of work trying to get this in there by hand. And there I lost it, you know, so. But anyway, that's really it. It's a nice reticle. The 3-powered magnifier does really good. All right, a couple things I'd like to say before I end. On these, what I notice, and this goes with any of the primary arms stuff, a lot of people say they have a hard time seeing things. Is the reticle too small? I will say that once you adjust these diopters on any of their optics to your eye, you have to do that because everybody's vision is different. That's why it's there. And all you're doing, the reticle will remain clear. But what you're looking at is like whatever you're looking at behind you, the field or whatever target, out to any distance, just look at it and clear it up to your eye like you do a binocular. And when you do that, I've noticed a lot of times the reticle actually increases in size. Now, it's not really magnifying or anything like that. It's just bringing it in focus to your eyeball. And that's the way it works. Now, another thing, I don't even know what I was going to say now. But these are awesome. They're available at Primary Arms, of course, because that's what they are. And there's the box on that one. Very cool. I'll put links down below where you can get them. You can go check them out. I'll put links in the description box to many of their optics. So if you're not looking at this one, or you're looking at one of these, or you're not, or you're looking at something else, then I'll put links down to them all. So, and a lot of times, if you order with those links, depending on the optic, you know, if it's something like this, or the 3 power, or the 5 power, you can get a anti-reflection device, a kill flash basically, that goes on the front of this. Or if it's a full optic, they'll throw you in a free mount if you use those links. If you don't, you have to buy them separately. But it could save you some money, and it's a nice little bonus that they give you for being a customer and everything like that. So, and using our links that, you know, a lot of us have, because Primary Arms is very cool with that, and a great company. And thank those guys and Dimitri, you know, for sending this out and actually designing these things, because the ACSS, in my opinion, you really can't beat that reticle in any of its incarnations. I say it all the time. I really like it. It works for me. It works for a lot of people. And if it doesn't, it's not something you're looking for, hey, that's all right too, you know. But I highly recommend them. Very cool. And like I said, everything here, lifetime guarantee. They're anti-fog proof. They're waterproof for a certain depth and all kinds of stuff. So, and this has a long eye relief, guys. A long eye relief. It even says right here on the side, right here, long eye relief with 2 to 7 usable range. And that's no kidding. I mean, you can back up here, and with it, that's when, you know, without this, you're still back up here. You can see that plain as day. I mean, to be honest, the Cyclops has probably the best eye relief of any of the optics that they have. And they've got some good ones that have good eye relief. This one right here, it's amazing. It just, you know. And the other thing, yes, what I was going to mention though, is that, like on this rifle, if you have a front sight post, even though this is 1 power, you still see the front sight post. But however, with both eyes open, it just kind of blends away and you don't even really see it. Now, when you get magnification on it, either way from 3 up to, you know, 6 or 8, that thing just blurs out and disappears. You don't even see it. So if that's something that you're concerned about, don't be. And even with the 1 power and the different risers that come with this, like I said, this thing comes with a bunch of different mounts for different heights and things like that. However you want to fit it, you can actually set this up high enough where it'll go over that. It'll go over that front sight post, that front sight base. And but like I said, with both eyes open, you usually shoot this with both eyes open. It just blends away. It just kind of becomes a smudge. You don't even really pay attention to it. The reticle and everything is clear, even through the smudge. I mean, you can see it clearly. So have no concern about that. It really is. I can't describe it enough. A video can't show it. Because on camera like that, at least on my camera work, but I'm telling you, with your own eye, you'll be amazed. Anyway, that's my video on this. It's a longer video than I intended, but I just can't say enough about this stuff. And enjoy. Like I said, the green is available. It's also available in flat dark earth paint, you know, color. So if that's something you're wanting. But they have the red available. They also have these available for 9mm if you guys who shoot 9mm rifles and things like that. So very cool. Anyway, that's my video. Keep it heavy.